Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nilo and you're watching Nilo Stitches. Today's tutorial we're going to be making a cold shoulder sleeve. It's a flay cold shoulder sleeve, okay? So if this is what you're interested in, please keep watching and I hope you'll enjoy this video. And don't forget to give us a like. Okay, so I'll be showing you how I fold my fabric and I'm going to use paper for illustration. So my fabric is already folded, but I will use paper to show you how I fold this. So this is 4-fold, okay? So what I did was your round biceps divide by 2 plus the length of your sleeve. So my round bicep is 14 divided by 2 is 7 plus the sleeve length, which is 11, that's 18, right? So I'm going to show you how I fold the 18 with this paper, okay? So this paper is small, so let's assume that the length I'm working with is 8, okay? So you measure your 8 or your 18 like so. This is 5 here, okay? So I'm going to fold like this. This is 18. You fold into 2 like this, and you measure 18 downward also, okay? So, but because this paper is small, I'll just fold it, okay? So you measure the same 18. As you can see, I'm measuring the same 5, and then you fold again. So this is how I fold. Your round sleeve divide by 2 plus the sleeve length. My round sleeve is 14. Divide by 2 is 7 plus my sleeve length, which is 11, making it 18, right? So you can decide to get your 7 like this, or you mark it straight. So if you're marking it straight, I minus 1 inch from mine, so I'm using 6 instead of 7. My round sleeve divide by 2 minus 1 inch, that is what I'm marking here now, because I'll be using elastic for this, okay? So I need it to be full. So after marking it like this, I'm going to take the full length of the sleeve now, which is 18 inches. So this 18 inches includes the folding allowance, okay? It includes my folding allowance. So I'm going to mark my 18 or 19 inches like this, okay? So I added my folding allowance, which is 1 inch, making it 19 inches, which is what I'm marking right now. Okay, 18 inches plus your sewing allowance, 1 inch. So I'm going to connect like so. I'm trying to make sure my measurement is accurate, okay? So after this, I'm going to cut this out. So I'll be using piping for the sleeve area. I don't know if you can fold this very well. This is a circle, so it's going to be difficult for me to fold. This place I'm cutting, it's going to be difficult for me to fold. That is why I did not add the elastic casing here. This point, I did not add the elastic casing because it will be difficult to fold, okay? So I'm going to use a pieces to fold where my elastic is going to pass through. That's the casing for the elastic. I don't know if you guys get what I'm trying to say, okay? So but you're going to see it in the video. I'll show you what I mean by that. So like I said, this thing is folded into 4 like I showed you with paper. So it's for the both sleeve, the 2 sleeve, okay? So now I'm going to open this up. You open it up here because it's for the 2 sleeve, okay? This part that is unfold, that is where you are going to open. Then you have your 2 sleeve. As you can see, your sleeve is 2, okay? So this is for one sleeve, and the other is also for the other sleeve, right? So I'll be showing you what I will use to fold it. Create the casing. So this is the second one. Now let's cut the pieces for our elastic casing. So you're going to measure around here. I'm going to measure here around. Whatever you get, you add some inches to it to get your casing. It's better too much than not enough, okay? So I'm going to use this for the casing, and is longer than what I measured, okay? And I'm going to be cutting 2 inches or 2.5 inches for this. That's the width. the length is the length of your circle where you measured, okay, and then you add extra inch to it. So for this sleeve, I use 1 yard plus like 7 inches. It's more than a yard for the sleeve. I use 1 yard plus for the sleeve. I think 1 yard and 7 inches or so. So the width of this is 4 inches. So I'm going to fold it into and cut 2 pieces of this, one for the other, for the 2 sleeve. Okay, I'm cutting for the both sleeve now. So the width is 4 inches, and when I divide it by 2, it's going to be 2 inches for each sleeve. I hope that is clear. Okay, it's 2 inches for each sleeve, and the length is the length of the round of my sleeve. Okay, that part that I measured area, that is the length, and it's more than the length. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. You're going to place this on the right side of your sleeve, like so, right side facing the right side of each other, and you're going to sew round it. After sewing, you're going to pull it over and fold in 1/2 inch inside, and then you sew, leaving your space for the elastic. So you have like almost 0.75 or 1 inch space for your elastic. Okay, so this is what I mean. As you can see, I folded in and I left space, so I'm going to pass my elastic from that space. Okay, you fold in 1/2 inch inside when you turn it over. Let me show you guys what I said earlier. You place this right sides facing each other, and you're going to sew round this. After sewing, you're going to flip over like this and fold in small 1/2 inch and place it this way and top stitch around it. Okay, then you now have room where your elastic is going to pass through. And for the down part, I use bias tape to turn it, and then I embellish it with the trimmings I have. Okay, I use bias to turn the down part because this is circle and I don't like folding circle. I love using bias for my circles. It gives me a better look. Okay, so I use bias to turn the hem, and I embellished it with my trimming. So now let's get the armhole. So this is the dress I am working with. So I'm going to measure out the length of my cold shoulder. So you can use any length of your choice. So remember, you need 1/2 inch to join your 2 shoulders. So I'm using 3 inches for the length, so I added 1/2 inch to that, which is 3.5. that is where I'm notching right now. So I measured out 3.5 inches, and I'm going to place that notch part at the tip of this sleeve like this. Okay, where I notched, I'm placing it at the tip of the sleeve part like so. Remember, my sleeve is on 4 though. I folded it into 2, and I'm going to mark out the shape like this. Okay, so now I'm going to cut it out. Make sure your sleeve is on fold, okay, so that you will not make any mistake. Fold the 2 sleeves together so that you can get accurate measurements, and placed where you notch at the tip of that sleeve, and then I'm cutting it out like this. So my armhole is ready, as you can see. So if I should place it on the shoulder line, now you see that is accurate. Okay, so I use that one now to cut out the second one. So now for the elastic, what I did, the length of my elastic is 1/2 of my shoulder minus 1 inch. I mean 1/2 of my sleeve, my round sleeve, minus 1 or 1.5 inch. Okay, so 1/2 of my sleeve is 17, and then I minus 1 inch, so my elastic length is 6. What am I saying? 1/2 of my round sleeve is 14, 1/2 is 7. 7 minus 1 is 6. Okay, that is what I use for my elastic. Your round sleeve divided by 2 minus 1 inch. So that's my elastic length, and I'm passing it through the elastic casing like so. So when I get to this point, I'm going to use pin to secure it. Then I'll take it out from the other side. So after this, I'm going to take this to my sewing machine and secure the two edges together, and then I'm going to join my two shoulders, the back and the front panel of my dress together. Okay, remember where we notched was only the front panel. That is what I used to show you how to cut your armhole. Okay, so I'll secure here and also this other edge, and then I'll fold my two shoulders. So here it is. So what you do is to fold your shoulders together like this, and then notch that part at the back side also, because I use the front panel for this tutorial. Then after that, you're going to use bias tape to turn here. Okay, so this part that is supposed to be open, you turn. As you can see, I use bias tape to turn that point, and I left the notch part where I'm going to start fixing my sleeve. So what you do is to get your sleeve, you start fixing from that part that you turn with bias. From this point here like this, you're going to place it like so, right side facing each other, and then you sew with 1/2 inch. You do the same to the other side also. You place it like this from that point that you notched, right sides facing each other, and you sew with 1/2 inch. Remember that you can do also 4 inches, 5 inch, any length you want for your cold shoulder. So my client don't want hers to be too obvious or too exposed. That's why we use 3. Thank you so much guys for watching. This is the end of this tutorial, and the dress, I will be uploading the video for the dress next week by the grace of God, and I will be seeing you then. I love you guys. Bye.